Last year I caught this snapper in 2 meters of water. I accidentally dropped it on its head, otherwise I would have released it. I would have loved someone to catch this fish again. The craftsmanship and the detail in this fish is amazing. This fish will live on my wall for many years to come. In South Australia, they have already stocked 200,000 fingerlings, and I'm confident with human effort and science we can sustain healthy fisheries. They say that these big fish are rare, but I think we need them to be rare to make them special. And if you've been watching my videos, you would have seen me catch this fish. A beautiful Western Port snapper. So let's do this together, eh? Hello everyone. Well, I've been trying to get a video over in Port Phillip Bay for the last week, and I've had two failures. I went once with Sonny. Good boy, Sonny. He's a goodie.
I wouldn't run if I do this.
We heard a bit of... Remember what I said when he runs? Let him run.
He's got you. Wind it. Good boy, Sonny. No, don't mind, let him take it. Good boy, Sonny.
Yeah, there's another one there to karate chop him. Catching the fish wasn't the problem, it was just getting the footage. Either I've had sound problems or some sort of problems. I went with Kenny, we got gummy sharks, snapper and squid. The fishing is just amazing at the moment. This camera here cost 5 times the amount of that car there, and that's how dedicated I am to this. And I get all this cool footage that I want to show, but I just can't show because there's no full story. So I'm going to roll the clips from the last couple of weeks from Port Phillip and Western Port. Just failed. It's never about catching the fish. We can always catch the fish, but it's just getting a worthy story to tell. When I'm watching a video, what do I want out of it? I either want to be entertained or learn something. Everyone's different, so everyone likes different things, so it's so hard. It's a gummy, boys. Woo! Nice and easy. How much drag is it? Still tight?
Yeah. Don't go towards them.
Oh no. Give me the rod.
He jumped out.
He did.
You know, not massive, but a good eater. One that we're going to take. Is that your biggest?
Yeah.
There's one. That's a good one, man. That one's on too, can you hear? I don't want to lift him up. There's another goodie.
I've been on the phone to Possum, and whiting on a slow tide is a challenge. It's very challenging to catch whiting on a slow tide, but hey, I'm up for that. And today we've got a bit of a plan. I want you just to come along with us. Whiting is a very messy fishing. You always got mess all over your hands, and not everyone's got a $1 squillion, and this is a good mid-range reel that will get the job done. It's a Shimano Nexus. It's in the size 2,500, spooled with quality braid. The rod has passed the reed test, the reed test is because I'm so clumsy with my rods, I always end up breaking them. So this one has been around for 2 years, so it's permanently in the reed stable. It's a Zamiki Zing. This one cost me $165. Got 2 of them, and I recommend them, highly recommend them for whiting.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge today. We've got an hour and a half of the run into coming in now, but it's only a small tide. Me and Brady, we've got a plan. We're going to fish the last of the run in, then we're going to go and fish the run out. So it could be a little bit tough, but that's what it's all about. When it's tough, you've got to work hard and still find the fish. So Brady's pretty confident. I'm a little bit, the morale's, you know, a little bit like that.
No, the morale's up.
He reckons the morale's up. The confident, I'm not that confident, but hopefully we'll be able to track them down.
I don't know what possum's on. The morale is at an all-time high. Well, the morale comes straight down because we quickly realise it's going to be very, very tough. Today's fishing strategy involves using the tried and true combination of pippy, mussel and squid as bait, accompanied by a bait knife and rags to keep your hands clean. The technique remains consistent, scouting for sandholes and testing each bait before we progress to the next. Our fishing rigs and hooks consist of a long shank on a Reedy's Tanganosta, ensuring a reliable and successful fishing experience. We are equipped with a variety of small sinkers that can be easily swapped out to accommodate changes in the current at various depths. This enables us to adapt to the conditions and maintain an optimal fishing experience. On a slow tide, when it's low, we like to fish super deep, like 15, 20 metres around the tide change. But on this occasion it was running to the high tide. So we didn't want to fish super deep because we feel like the whiting still go up on the banks on the high tide on a small tide, but not so much right up on the banks, just to sub banks as we like to call them. The other thing we're looking for is flow. And you've heard the saying, no flow, no go. Well, there's always flow on any tide. You just need to find that flow.
We're facing that way.
Yeah.
And our lines were going that way.
Here comes Puff and Billy.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're ticking a few over. Yeah. I'm surprised at this stage of the tide, I didn't think we'd get bugger all, Brady.
I just think it's because where we are, the depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's sort of hard to nut out where exactly to cast, eh?
If we stay like this, now
It's just
once
over.
that current runs, it looks like
We're straight out the boat. Yeah.
the circle's just here, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's a good one, Puff.
Yep,
This is a good one.
hope so.
You just see him run. He's got more.
Yeah, good fish by the look of it.
Oh my God.
Good bite.
Look at the size of this one.
Yep.
Oh, look at him. Here it comes. The good old friendly banter.
Well, you'd written the quail off last week.
Well, this is not the quail.
It is the quail.
It's not the quail.
Oh, you're a disgrace.
We're off the bank.
It's still this end of the bay.
Yeah.
We were throwing them back last week. Me and what's his name? Ollie. That was a throwback, mate.
I've never written the quail off. To put some context on what we're talking about, this time of year the massive whiting generally moves south, and I know from experience that fishing south would be a lot easier than Warneet. Possum's got a thing for Warneet, which I don't blame him because it's a beautiful place. He would never throw back a 42 centimetre whiting. He was joking.
Oh, look at him. Oh, it's a squid.
Give me squid rod. I'm just holding it. There's another one at the back of him.
Yeah, I've got to tie this knot.
See that?
Being prepared and having a third rod rigged with a squid jig can often net you some big squid. Right, I'm in business.
A couple now or not?
On the slow tides in Western Port, my preferred size is a 2.5. On this particular day, the squid weren't taking every colour, so I had to change a few colours, but eventually I got it right. Yeah, he's coming over.
Here he comes.
Got him.
He's got him. Fucking ripper.
That's a big one. There you go, Possum. That was some great angling by Possum. By leaving the squid he had on his jig in the water, kept that other squid around the boat. Oh my God. Oh. Step over, right?
Right, I'm not coming up. You're not coming up.
We've got some monsters. Beauty. I'm going to hold them up.
Throw your jig back out, I reckon.
Yeah.
Chuck that out.
They're a bonus, man.
Chuck, bring him in the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Did he squirt again?
Yeah.
Where?
Follow this, So, just a bit of a rundown, Possum.
Well, as we spoke about before we come out this morning, it was a really, really small tide. We knew we'd have to work hard, and we have. Had to move around quite a bit. Went up fishing deep and getting a pretty good bite going. As you can see, really, really nice box of whiting, but you had to earn them. You had to move around. We could have given up at lunchtime because it was tough.
All good size.
Yeah, they're all around 38s and that. We didn't get any real big thumpers, you know.
I think we got one.
Got one probably 42, but
Yeah.
but just a lovely box of fish and a couple of squid to go with it. So
How would you rate the?
yeah, well, on a day like today, when you got the Tinganosta and you've got the bit of feather on it, when they're not biting real well, that feather can make a hell of a difference. I've fished with blokes before, and they've got the feather and I haven't got the feather, and on a tough day, that feather, just by moving your line and that, it can attract the whiting and it can make a huge, huge difference. But down here at Warneet, still plenty of fish to be had.
Middle of the day as well.
Yeah, middle of the day. We've just had the best bite of the day was the last 2 hours.
On the slack, wasn't it?
Virtually on the slack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
3.5 metres of water off the quail bank.
beauty.